Irvin Griffin, 78-year-old Milledgeville man, charged with child molestation, part 2. Let's get into it. First off, I want to thank you guys for the comments, the shares, the likes on the part 1 of this video. This channel definitely can't make it without you guys, so make sure you drop down in that first comment and get on that subscribe button. Got a 50% off sale going on right now. You can subscribe to the channel for as little as 42 cents. Your boy ain't worth 42 cents. All right, so let's jump right on into this thing, man. Got some real deal sources close to this situation. Even talked with some past employees that will be on the part 3 of this video. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned into it, and let's jump right on into this thing. So, Griffin Group Daycare, the subject matter at hand. We got the contact as Ivor Griffin, listed as the director, and she's definitely the wife of Mr. Irvin Griffin, who has been officially charged in this case matter, so to speak. All right, this daycare, man, it founded in 1977. So just think about it, man. With all the implications going on, that was probably jogging in a lot of people's mind in my home city of Milledgeville, Georgia. This place has been running since 1977, 48 years going on, 49 years. You're talking about a half a century of children coming in and out of those doors. What has transpired on that property down in southeast Milledgeville, Georgia? What has really happened in the last 50 years there? You know, with these things, these allegations coming forward now, are they is this the first time? Usually, you know, where there's smoke, there's fire. It's not something that just has magically happened at Mr. Irvin Griffin's 78 years of age, and Miss Ida Griffin's 75 years of age. So it draws the question, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the community are racking their brain is, if this is going on now, how long has it been going on? Are there more, you know, victims of this situation? There's a lot of questions that need to be answered. I lived beside these people for 4 years, and it was 4 years of hell. And it didn't dawn on me enough to ask a little bit more questions or to be a little bit more nosy with them, because the things they did to me pretty much made me stay away from them. And I think that's the whole goal they had at hand, and that's why we're diving into this. But 1977, man, that's a long time of keeping kids, and now with these allegations, are there more? The thing about it is, I had really forgot about these people. I had forgot about these people. I had extra them out of my memory. Just, you know, had went on with my life. Things have transpired. You know, you got to think about it. This was 20 years ago that I lived here. So I had etched these people out of my mind. But when I saw Irvin Griffin's flash across my news feed yesterday morning, it brought back flashbacks of all these different things, of the trauma and the drama that we went through with these people living next door to them. And then it started dawning on me, so if he's been child molested, and then it started clicking. You start having that aha moment, that light bulb moment. So it's like, damn, this shit could have been going on while I was there. Maybe that's why they was giving us so much trouble. That's why it was so much this, and it just, all these different thoughts came on that would maybe bring about this series. And so this is how close I was. And you see on the side of the house there, you have the long window, and then you have the little triangle window, little square window. That's the master bedroom. So I was there, in this gate right here, right beside here, this gate of this driveway, this is the Griffin's residence, and this is also where the daycare is through that gate back there. So even the patrons, the parents, the children, they would come in and out right here a lot. So I was hands-on a lot of scenery. There's a playground back there, and we'll get into that a little bit later in the video. But being there 4 years beside these people really has kind of done something with me in the last 24 hours. You know, was there something that I missed? Is there something I could have done? And just to show you guys, man, I bought the house June 14, 2001 from Miss Adams, great lady, and sold it August 2005. So I was there about 4 years. So upon my preliminary search, I found out that they get 2 license studies a year. And this kind of details the operation functions of the day-to-day operations. So I'm kind of see if there are any red flags to show that this could have been going on. And there's some discrepancies, and we're going to get into them. Like right here, it said they only had 10 kids, and this is from 2022. This is March of 2022. Only 2 staff members, all right? September 22, 2022. 2 staff members, 10 children. March 2023, 2 staff, 11 children. October, 2 staff, 10 children. September 2024, 2 staff, 9 children. And this is the last one. August 2025, 2 staff, 10 children. Now, according to my sources, the Griffin Group Home Daycare enrolls well over 10 children. And I can kind of attest to that because when I lived there, it was booming. I know all of 30 plus children. Every day in, day out, year in and year out. It was never like 10 kids. All right, this is also an area view of the Griffin Home Daycare. This is the home that I used to stay in right here. And this over here is actually the Griffin property. Right here is the playground area. According to my sources, the kids are rarely ever seen outside. The kids kind of go in and they're rarely seen outside. Also, there are also stories of kids actually screaming upon entry of the daycare every morning. These are reliable sources, people who are very close to this situation. And we're going to dive a little bit deeper into this in part 3. But they said the kids are rarely taken outside, if ever. And there are kids that are screaming, kicking and screaming, going in there. Not once. I can understand the first day, but every day, kind of skeptical. I got some real tea for y'all coming up in part 3. And this is a part of the licensing study that I told you is pretty much a rubber stamp. Right here, center does not participate in field trips at this time. And this is on every licensing study for the past 3 years. This also shows, the different age groups, but down here you see that the field trips box isn't checked. These kids are not going on field trip, and according to my sources, not going outside either. And even on their website, it shows that the only licensed capacity is to have 12 kids. So I see why each year is showing 10 kids. But I know from my experience living there, there was way more than 10, 12 kids there when I was living there. And according to my sources close to this story, said there's more than 12 kids there now. And according to my sources, they have a handicap ramp here now. And it's not for the children. It's actually for Mr. Griffin to get in and out of these not pretty steep steps, right? Like, again, according to my sources, this is the employee parking. This was here when I was living there. There are no employees that come and go throughout the property, throughout the day. It's just Mr. Irvin and Mr. Irvin who actually run the day-to-day operations of the Griffin Home Daycare. So, and these people are, in their late 70s, mid-late 70s, taking care of, quote unquote, 10 children at the ages of, anywhere from 2 to 6. Come on, guys. The quality of care comes into question then, right? And the fact that you have no other employees and you guys are the ones that are actually running the day-to-day operations. And my sources also told me, again, they have a ramp here now that Mr. Griffin used because he can't get around. He's almost 80, right? So how are two, people in their golden years taking care of toddlers? You ask yourself, why are they only reporting 10 children when it's been stated by sources near to this story that there's more? So are we dealing with something that's maybe could be equated to tax evasion or money laundering, things of that nature? There's a lot of different questions that come. Even here it says right here, they only have 2 employees. They make an approximate annual $56,150 in sales a year. 2 golden year people making only, $56,000 a year. I don't know. Sounds kind of fishy to me. So we're going to dive deep into this. We got a lot of stuff to unfold about. There may be some tax implications in this. And it's just like, you look at the license study, pretty much it's almost like it's been rubber stamped. You got to think about a business that has been in functions for half a century. They have connections. They have network. They know people. So they're not really going through their stuff with a fine-tooth comb. They're just rubber stamping. Every license study pretty much said the same thing. It also brings into question, why is the GBI being brought in? Now, again, I get it's a standard practice sometimes when things of this nature, but usually when they're bringing the GBI in, there's something big. And I'm digging deep to find out, to let you guys know there is a bigger story here, a huge story here, a half a century story here that we're definitely going to unfold right here on this channel. But the fact that the GBI is coming in, there have even been talks of maybe even sex trafficking or human trafficking involved into this story. But we're definitely going to dive deep into that as this thing continues to unfold. I'm going to stay on this. But y'all make sure y'all stay tapped in. Next week episode, I got real hands-on talking to past employees. We're going to dive into the fact that some of his daughters are not involved in the business anymore, which they was when I lived there. And we're going to dive deep into maybe even the sex trafficking or cult-like activity. Be great today.